Hello.
Rikard, how are you, brother?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. Good. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Not much. It's quite early here still, and I've done a couple of interviews already, so that's about it.
My name's Nev. It's good to talk to you, but I want to know, this is the $1 million question here, my friend. What is early where you are? What do you class as early?
Well, now it's like well, it's 10 in the morning,
Oh, mate,
10
that's
o'clock.
early-ish. Still,
Yeah,
yeah,
early-ish. Yeah,
early-ish. Yeah. It's
yeah,
it's it's evening here, so it's crazy. But
yeah.
dude,
For
yeah,
in the rock and roll business, it's very early.
I agree. I think midday is wake up time, breakfast.
Yeah,
1 o'clock's beer o'clock, and
exactly.
then yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
it rolls.
yeah. That's
But
it.
hey, man, it's really cool you could join us on the show. Man, this
Yeah,
new
no problem.
Evergrey album, Theories of Emptiness, is out on June 7, and I've been lucky enough to hear this thing, man. Big fan of the band, and it is incredible. It is fucking amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear and a bit surprised, but it's been overwhelming the reaction so far.
Do you get nervous though? Look, 14 albums in for the band, but do you get
Yeah,
nervous right at just before it's coming out? Do you get that sort of,
yeah,
oh man, you don't know
yeah, yeah,
the reviews coming in?
yeah. We do. We actually we listen to the final result just when it was just finished, and everyone was like, we had no idea how if it was good or how people would react. We felt it feels a little bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. So of course you're always nervous when you put out even that we have done so many albums, you're still nervous about how people are going to react to it. Definitely.
But how was the recording process and creative, side of things this time? I mean, 14 albums in, uh, you know,
Yeah.
do you find that it was sort of mixed up a little bit behind the scenes?
Well, it's we everyone in the band writes,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing for us to know that pretty much everyone's going to have some ideas to present when it's time to start this project of a new album. But this time, Johan, our bass player, he had like a bag full of ideas and riffs, and he never had that before. So that was a surprise to all of us, and it was really good stuff as well. So it was like when he came and delivered his stuff, it was like, well, we pretty much have what we need here. So it was for the rest of us, it was kind of a walk in the park. Well, of course, you have to put to do to arrange and all the details and stuff. But it was different for us. But it made it that we could get a different approach to it, and maybe that's why it sounds a little bit different as well.
Man, it's incredible and it's heavy. It's really
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah, from time to time it is. Yeah,
And that's just not riff wise, but emotionally as well. That's something that I
yeah,
think you guys do very, very well. Is you've got, you know, the heavy riffage, but lyrically, it really cuts deep in a lot of spots, man. Like, was it
yeah,
Ghost of My Hero? Man,
yeah.
I was driving to that and I'm like, oh man, it was like it
Okay.
it hit me so hard.
Oh
Um,
yeah, you could
that's
relate to it in some way. Yeah,
yeah, dude. And I think a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah,
probably will, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Because, obviously it deals with loss and things like
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
yeah, and even on the second and third spin, I found it still
Yeah.
had that same emotional gut punch as the other
Okay.
times. So
Yeah.
yeah, there? It's a
Uh,
good one.
well, it's good. Yeah, it's always been our focus as well, to combine the music to have a lot of atmosphere and
Mm.
very diverse music, and also have. I mean, it's not a light pop band. It's a heavy band. It
Yes,
is.
yeah, of course.
We're not heavy dudes. We like to have a laugh and a beer, But musically, it can be quite heavy
And
sometimes.
yeah, and not only that, I mean, you're not pop dudes or anything like that, but it's
No,
very hooky. There's
it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, it is as
big
well.
sing-along moments. Like
Yeah,
the second track, I should have this written down, but I forgot what it's called. Help me.
misfortune
That's
or
it, Misfortune. I should know that because
yeah,
it's sung in the song. But there's that
yeah,
big the big melodic chorus,
yeah,
that is going to be unreal live. You're going to have, if you play it live, like you're going to have the whole place just singing along. It's going to be
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we just started to rehearse for all the shows now, and we're gonna play it live, and we feel that it's gonna be really huge playing that. Especially when the album has been out for a while, so people have
Mm.
learned the songs. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Those good. I guess that's what you sort of live for, is those goosebump moments, like live, hearing those songs live, and then when you get those special
Yeah,
moments, you'd probably the
yeah,
hair stands on
definitely.
the back of you, and you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly.
You've also got Jonas from Catatonia guesting on the record too, which is really, really cool. Probably a mate of yours
Yeah,
with. How'd that come about?
it was Tom and Jonas were in this Arion project, if you know about that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so they just met at the concert and became friends, kind of. And Tom, just over a couple of beers, he asked Jonas if he wanted to sing on our album. So this was just a coincidence, nothing we planned at all. But we think it's fun to have some kind of guests on the albums, and he just showed up, and we love Catatonia, so for us it was like that would be perfect, and yeah, and it became really good as well, I think.
It's a highlight. It's a banger, hey.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it. And
So yeah, it's cool.
man, of course, the themes of the album, as we sort of touched upon before, is based around emptiness, which it can be interpreted in different ways. And
Yeah,
quite a lot of people experience those things in their own from their own perspective. But
yeah.
from you, how have you related to it lyrically, and the album in that way and the way you see it?
Well, it's always kind of hard when you do these interviews and people start asking about the lyrics, because it's so much Tom who
That's right.
who who are he. I mean, he does 100% of the lyrics these days.
Mm.
On some previous albums, maybe there's been a line or two that someone else wrote, but so he's got a really, and the big picture of what it's all about. And sometimes we kind of discuss in the band about the theme of the lyrics, but we haven't really done this, so I can't be much help there, I'm afraid, to explain about the lyrics on this one.
I guess what I was asking was what's your connection, your own personal connection? Have you found, how I mentioned before,
Of emptiness.
yeah, like
Yeah.
have you drawn from any of that and found your own sort of bits in his lyrics that have sort of touched you in that way?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think he's a really good lyric writer.
Mm.
So definitely, and I know a few of the songs, what it's all about, or what it can be about. I mean, but I don't know. I don't really know. I don't have a good perspective, overall perspective of this. But there was another guy asking me about what I feel about emptiness, and the emptiness can be so many things.
Yes.
And I told him it's empty bottle of beer, or it can be,
You know, that's sadness. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
an empty
yeah,
bottle
exactly.
of, you know, but
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's yeah, but I guess all of us feels some kind of emptiness from time to time. Why is a different question, but it's something that everyone can relate to in different areas, I
yes,
guess. Yeah.
absolutely.
So
And you got a new drummer too. You just announced
yeah, we do. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Jonas didn't want to tour anymore, and I can totally understand that because we're not Rolling Stones. We don't make a lot of money doing this, and we're away from family, and we don't get younger either. So I totally can understand that, and it's sad in a way because we know each other so well. But we found this new guy, and I mean, we haven't done a single gig with him yet, but I think it's gonna be just great. He's a super guy, and he's a really good drummer, so I can't see how it would go wrong.
is there like a period of, you know, you have to haze the new guy? You know, when they're in there, you play practical jokes on the new guy, or you know.
Nah, I don't think we're not really that kind of a band, but of course we can. He's actually from Norway, so he hears that a lot. We Swedish people and Norwegians have this little. We feel like a little bit like big brothers to them, and they have this minor complex about Sweden a little bit. So although they're much richer than us these days, but anyway. So of course we joke around with him, but I think he's going to be quite safe on the road.
Okay, all right. Because
Yeah,
I mean, look, he hasn't played a show yet, but he's head first right into it. You're going to be playing this South America tour, right? Come on,
yeah,
that's
exactly. Yeah,
that's a good one, man. That's they love
yeah, it is.
metal.
Yeah, it is. It's a good start. Yeah, and it's quite hard to doing this. South American tours are quite hard because you always fly to the show, so it's a lot of late nights and early mornings at the airport, so it can be quite hard actually.
But the crowds, man, like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
definitely. Yeah,
do they
they
sing?
are really they are crazy in South America. They are actually in a good way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They sing the riffs.
Yeah,
Have they been? You know, you play down there, and do they
yeah.
sing your riffs and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're I mean they're just as you can imagine them to be, and they're not spoiled either to have bands coming. So when bands come, they really show their enthusiasm. So it's I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
And second $1 million question. You've probably been asked a few
Yeah.
times. You know what's coming. Australia, you know, hey man, like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, only been to Australia once, and we loved it. And I would go tomorrow if someone told me to.
I'm
So,
telling you
but
too.
yeah, yeah, exactly. No, it's. I really hope so. I really hope so that we can come back. But I haven't heard anything yet. But
Okay.
hopefully, yeah,
Let's say that the guy from Australia said that we have to tour there because it's
yeah,
been a while. Man, I don't
yeah,
remember when that was. Like everything's such a blur because, you know, post the thing.
yeah.
But
It must have been, when was it? Must have been like 2007, 6, 7,
yeah,
something like that. I'm not sure.
yeah. So it's way overdue. The whole place has changed. You're gonna come down here. It's gonna be like Mad
Yeah,
Max, where it's all like this, apocalyptic
yeah.
wasteland. You're gonna, what the fuck happened to this place?
Okay.
Promise you, beers and good times. That's for sure. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I remember that. I remember that from last time. So I think I believe you.
we'll have to double it. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Good idea.
But albums dropping, you're going to be hitting the road. What else is on the cards for Evergrey and you? Outside, maybe even outside Evergrey.
Well, now, from this start of the South American tour, is going to be a lot of gigs. We have well, this tour, and then we have summer festivals in Europe. Then we're going to do like a Scandinavian tour, and then we do a really heavy European tour, and then it's going to be like New Year. So it's going to be full. This rest of this year is going to be really full gigging. So we haven't had any other plans, and I haven't heard anything about next year, so I don't really know what's up. Maybe Australia, but I haven't heard it.
Well, I'm gonna knock.
Yeah,
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping.
yeah, yeah,
It's been on my bucket list. So
yeah,
you can come
yeah,
down and we'll have some beers and get up to no good.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it? Are you located in Sydney or Melbourne
Uh,
or?
I'm closer to Brisbane, so I'm
Oh, okay,
just an hour south of Brisbane on the Gold Coast.
okay,
I
yeah,
know
okay,
it's pretty cool, man. Like we're pretty lucky.
yeah,
So
yeah,
hopefully, maybe you can come in a little bit earlier, and we'll take you to the
yeah.
beach. We'll get you some beers. We'll get you a feed, and
Yeah, I mean, if we go on a trip like that, we usually try to make it a little bit longer so we have time for some more stuff than just playing. So
yeah, because it sucks. I could imagine like you get so excited about going and seeing a place, and then you're like, oh,
yeah,
and then you're gone. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
yeah. Usually it's like that, but yeah, exactly. But I think last time when we were in Australia, we did 2 shows only in Melbourne and Sydney, but we were there for more than a week, I think.
Mm.
So we had some time to.
Two
What's that?
two show. I'm trying to remember like everything's a blur, but you're only here for 2 shows.
I think so. I think we only played Sydney and Melbourne. I'm pretty sure we only did that. Yeah,
Hey. All right. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to fix
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him.
yeah, yeah. Please.
But hey man, it's been really cool hanging out with you on the show. We're gonna have all the links down here in the show notes and on the website up here in space somewhere. Brother, thank you again. Go hang out, drink all the beers, and we'll see you soon at home.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Take care.
You too, man.
Bye bye.